meeting. There are Title VI forms in the back corner if anyone would like to fill those out and turn them into the auditor's office. If you'd please rise, and Janet, would you please lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And if you can remain standing for prayer, Terry Canfield will lead us this morning.
Thanks, God, for today and for a brand new day, for the opportunities that lie before us. And thank you for this community, a community which is blessed, a community that is unique, one of a kind. Thank you for those who serve this community in a variety of ways. And for this day, for this meeting, we pray for wisdom and guidance and direction. We thank you in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Terry.
Thanks, Terry.
All right, let's start with the January 5th meeting minutes. Did you guys have an opportunity to look at those?
Yeah, just one change on the very back. It says next commissioners meeting will be held on Monday, January 20th, and it's, well,
Oh, Monday, gotcha.
yeah, and it's supposed to be today.
Yep.
The 20th part was right. It is the 20th.
It's the wrong
Yep.
day, Monday.
We probably did say
So-
Monday,
We probably did.
so I'm guessing that's
Oh,
right.
no, I typed that in.
Oh, okay.
That's right. We're always used to being on Mondays.
Yep. All right. Anything for you, Gabe?
No, I'm good.
All right. With that, I'd entertain a motion.
So moved.
I'll second that motion. All those in favor of approving the January 5th meeting minutes, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Moving on to the January 5th executive session minutes. Anything on that?
I don't have any.
I don't have anything.
Make a motion to accept.
I'll second.
All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Moving on to claims.
I didn't have anything.
Everything looks good on claims. I would make a motion to approve claims.
I'll second.
All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. All right, for payroll, January 16th, 2026, in the amount of $419,860.91. Any questions on payroll?
I did not.
I do not have any.
I'll make a motion to approve payroll.
I'll second that motion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Before we move on, Patty, it looks like you put this from Office Space up here. Oh,
Abby.
oh, Abby, thank you.
That's the new printer for the extension office.
Okay,
We just need that you guys in here
okay, okay. So the portion that the commissioners would pay for the extension office printer is $5,083 from Office Shop. Was that already in claims?
the extension portion.
Okay, so I'd entertain a motion to approve the $5,083.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. I think their last copier, what did Chris say, went for like a decade?
Yeah, it was over 10 years.
Hopefully this one lasts as long. It'll come out of, oh, what did we say? I don't remember. No.
We'll get with it.
Okay. I know,
It was a very, very quick
yeah.
thing. We had.
All right, moving on to the Highway Department with Todd Houck. Good morning. We have worked on the audio equipment in here, so hopefully, I think it should work a lot better now.
Since we've last met, the highway department has been grading roads, adding some stone to those roads, been doing some pothole patching, been working on some bridge maintenance. adding some wing walls to a couple of the bridges. And we've been helping haul dirt and stone into the pool. And we've been doing survey and design on a couple projects. We gave a presentation to NDOT for the Highway Safety Improvement Program grant, and should be getting awarded or not awarded in February. And then I'd sent you guys an email in regards to the bids. Are you guys good with trying to get the bids opened up the first meeting in February?
Yes.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Do you have anything for me?
What was that grant?
It's the HSIP, which is a Highway Safety Improvement.
What was the amount of that?
It is about running the LiDAR through the county
Oh, yes.
to pick up
Okay.
drop-offs, turns,
Right.
whether the roads need to be striped, any hazards along the roadway for the traveling public.
Okay.
What are the projects that you're doing the survey and design on?
400 West. And the other one, I think, is been on 20 West. And 150 North.
Just for redoing the roads there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Anything else from me?
I don't think so.
I don't have anything. Thanks, Todd.
Yep.
All right, Chris Noblet, Parks Department.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Just a quick update for you. We're doing some enhancements out at Rebecca Park. We did add, are going to add a new electric panel back towards where the dog park is at. That's in conjunction with tourism as well. We're gonna foot part of that bill, and then tourism is going to pay for part of that as well. This will give us the opportunity to add some additional security at the dog park, some access control stuff, then also give tourism to kind of redo some things at the summer concert series, do some more electric instead of running a 300-foot extension cord, from the front all the way to the back. So just want to update you guys on that. No easements or anything need to be signed, so it's a little different than the last one. This is with Duke, not REMC. So just wanted to give you guys an update on that.
What size panel are you putting in?
I've still got to get with, or Eric I know was getting with JR was who was doing our electric work. So Duke, they don't add the panels. We had to get with an electrician to do it. Yep.
Okay.
So we'd gotten with Duke to see if they would add one, and they said we had to get with an electrician.
Just as long as we.
Yep, I'll update you.
Short side ourselves and
Yeah.
make it enough, a 200 watt, 400 watt, I don't know, a panel large enough for future.
Yep.
You're not changing the meter base, right?
No.
You're just changing you're adding just a panel for,
Right.
for circuits, for distribution.
Correct.
Right.
Correct. Yep. So I was just giving you guys an update on that.
Sounds like a good idea.
All right. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Doug Westerfeld, area plan.
Good morning. Today I have Mitch Hansel here with USI. This is in regards to reviewing and adopting the 2026 ADA transition plan and the Title VI implementation plan. So I'm going to hand it off to Mitch.
Yep. So USI was hired to help the county with updating their Title VI and ADA transition plan, and so we went and reviewed all of your buildings and your parks and sidewalks in unincorporated communities, and came up with a list of deficiencies, and then updated your Title VI plan to just help with your practices to make sure that there's no non-discrimination or they're accessible to everybody. And so we just need, I guess, to have a public hearing to see if any of the public's got any questions or comments as far as concerns that they might have in certain areas, and then we can adopt the plans.
Any comment from the public?
So this is that public hearing part.
Yes, I'm sorry, we need to open a public hearing and then
Okay.
we advertise it for today, yes, at 8.
Hearing none.
All righty. So, yes, we have a resolution to adopt the ADA plan and the Title VI plan, making Doug the ADA coordinator and Christy the Title VI coordinator. So if we can,
Resolution for that.
Oh, number 3. Yeah, that's
I know.
I don't have. Do you have a copy?
oh, I've got copies, yes.
Perfect. When Gabe started looking at
I know, I thought he had it down there.
Nope, I'm jumping ahead. There was no opposition, so I moved it.
If I could get the second page.
I'd make a motion then to pass 2026-3.
I'll second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries.
And then I just need 2 signatures on the Title VI, and I think we are good.
And I'll make a motion to approve the Title VI as well.
I'll make that motion.
All right, I'll second. All those in favor say aye.
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 Those opposed, I need your signature on both of those.
Hard to believe they changed the rules in midstream, and there were a couple of new additions that we needed to make, so we updated the Title VI with new Title VI appearances, and we may need you to take a quiz.
Oh, I already did. I took one,
Oh,
but
okay.
if it's new updated, then.
In your survey, Debbie, are we, as far as,
You guys are doing good.
Doing good.
I will get Doug the whole list to distribute to the highway department, the parks, and to your building superintendent.
okay,
Absolutely. Much better than most other communities.
Good to hear.
thank you.
Thank you very much. Doug, before we move on, do you want to talk about building permit deposits since you're down there under time?
Yeah, that would be great. So this is more of a public announcement than anything. When I came on board last year, and Tim Kramer came on board, you know, we kind of like wanting to look at fees and are we up to speed with what the surrounding counties charge as far as building permits. So we've been diving in and out of that throughout the year, and Tim always came back to, he goes, so for example, a building permit to build a house is basically $410. And if you complete that in time, our office would refund you $100 of that $410. And Tim kept coming back, he goes, I really think that it should be a $410 permit fee plus you pay a $100 deposit. And so we were, talking about it and what those steps would look like. Well, he was out on a job, and an experienced contractor said to him, that's the way we used to do it. So we dove into our ordinances, and sure enough, as I sent you over the weekend, our ordinance reads, we charge a permit fee plus a $100 deposit. And then if they get the work done within the 12 months, then you get your $100 back. So we have been charging $410 and given $100 back, so the net fee was $310. Should have been $410 plus $100. You give your $100, the net fee is $410. So this is just a public announcement that is how the ordinance reads. That is how we're going to start charging it. And how long it's been like this is, we're unsure how long it's been like this, but we've basically been losing $100 for every permit that we've issued, probably for the past 7 to 8 years.
Glad that we caught it. So we had the public meetings for the comprehensive plan.
Yes.
And the survey is still active.
Yep, survey's still active until second week of February. So Wednesday and Thursday, we had the focus groups. Well attended. We had great discussion from those focus groups on what those groups feel like they perceive, Decatur County in the future. And then we had the public forums also on Thursday. The noon to 1 was well attended. The evening one was not as well attended, but it was cold, and I understand that. But the surveys are still out there. I did update the county website to make sure that is correct. We do have the correct survey on our area plan website. I do have hard copies in the office. I know a lot of times people don't like go online, so we do have hard copies in the office if somebody wants to fill out the survey and deliver it back to our office. So yeah.
I know that as of last Friday, I think it was, there had been very few surveys that had been filled out. I think it was under 30.
Yeah.
And so I would encourage anybody that has an interest in the comprehensive plan to get on there and fill it out. This is a document that helps shape all of the ordinances that are being passed. It helps shape the development in the county going forward into the future. So if you have an interest in where Decatur County is going in the next 8 to 10 years, get on there and fill out the survey.
I did have a couple people ask about, they couldn't make it Thursday to the public forum and wanted to know if there were more chances for public input, like in person.
Yeah.
Not with the.
Not with the survey. There will be one more public open house, but at that point, the plan will be, it won't be complete, but we'll have a really good idea. So there will be one more. I don't have the date in front of me, but I think it's probably in March. But that's why the surveys are so important. I know we've had some back and forth about wanting to maybe create some more public. Because we did get a grant to do the comp plan, we are on a timeline to make sure we get everything done according to that timeline so we can receive the grant.
And there will be, when the first draft is complete, there'll be a public hearing then as well. So
I guess that part I did know, I was just thinking about, I had some people say, I think we need more public input, we need more, and I said, well, there's a survey you can, they want to be in person.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, so there will be one more, but like Jeremy said, it will be.
We have a draft.
It'll be drafted. Not to say can't be changes made, but it will be drafted. But that's why the survey is so critical.
All right, I'll pass that along.
Okay.
Anything else, Doug?
That's all I have.
Thank you very much. Up next, we have community building event coordinator. I think the goal for the new community building at the fairgrounds is that we need an event coordinator.
Absolutely.
And I think that with looking at it and some discussions, I think it's a realistic possibility that having one early in this process is probably the right move so that we can make sure that we are setting ourselves up here for success. Dennis Vogel, who has been instrumental in the fundraising campaign, has graciously agreed to stay on for the first year. He's passionate about this project and wanting to make sure it's a success, so he wants to stay on. But I'd like to have an event coordinator in place during that time period as well, so that when Dennis is done volunteering his time, that we already have somebody in place that has been through the process. That way the two of them can kind of split duties, and they can maybe flatten that learning curve a little bit, so that we don't have a lapse in having to bring somebody new in.
One thing when I was looking at this, and it talks about community building event coordinator, I'd like to maybe tweak that or change that, and fairgrounds
Sure.
event coordinator, because I think it encompasses more than just the
Yep.
community building. We
Yeah.
have the cattle barn that we use for events. We have some other facilities that get used for events, and I'd like to, instead of just specifically saying community building,
Probably broaden it from there too.
yeah,
I think that's great.
but I like the idea of all encompassing instead of just community building.
Yeah, I think that's a great point. Do you guys think this is a standalone position? Do you think we try to use somebody that is already on the county's payroll in a different capacity and use them in a dual role.
My first thought was, well, I think about what does this encompass? And is it, when we say event coordinator, is that somebody's just taking in names and saying, okay, you can have this slot, you can have this slot? Or is it somebody that does marketing and gets our name out there for conventions, for events that can bring that into the community building and or other buildings?
Yep.
So I think it can grow into I see it growing into that, something that's more marketing, coordinating, making sure all the things are in place.
And
So
I think the marketing part of it is probably the bigger piece here.
I believe
because,
so too.
I mean, when you're talking an event coordinator, I want to be clear on this. We aren't planning people's events.
No.
For them. We are.
Color swatches.
Right, yes. They will not be doing that. If somebody
wedding
wants to come in and see the space, they can show them around and show them the space and that kind of thing. And they can be the contact point
Right.
for things going on at the fairgrounds, at the community building. That's where I'm thinking on that day-to-day operational side.
Right.
But yes, the marketing going around to different expos so that we can bring things in here to Decatur County, I think is probably the bigger piece to that puzzle.
Okay, so back to your question. Do we hire a standalone position or do we bring somebody in that's already doing that?
And I think if we dual role it, I think we can save money.
That's probably our
Yeah.
advantage. If we already have somebody,
Especially for the first year, Dennis is, graciously gonna help out. I think it makes sense to dual roll it and see how it goes. I mean, I think we'll know in the first year, hopefully, how it, what the long term looks like.
I think if we dual role it and we find the right person, we would have to still go to council and supplement their
somebody's pay.
their pay since they would have additional responsibilities above what they have now. So we can look into that and see what our options are. Okay.
I think it saves us from doing a standalone salary, so
Yeah.
I would agree with that.
I mean, if you're,
I'm already asking for a lot today, so can we not ask?
I'm not asking for anything. But I think
Yeah,
if you're looking at dual roles.
You're the only one not on the agenda. You can ask for it.
If you're looking at dual roles, though, I mean, the way you're saving money here is not just the salary. I mean, it's also
Benefits.
the
Benefits.
insurance and everything else.
Yes.
You're looking
It's
at
equal to the salary.
$100,000 position potentially.
Yeah.
When we can use somebody that we already have on staff and use them in this role as well. All right.
But I do believe that that's super important for our fairgrounds, all of
Yeah.
that encompassing, that we need to have somebody that can do that.
For somebody on the outside looking in, they may look at a website, see the community building, that's great, but they don't realize that cattle building's sitting there too.
Yeah.
There's a lot of room for a big convention.
Yeah.
I know when I met with representatives from the state back in, I think it was April, I'd gotten a list of the number of events that are at the fairgrounds every year, and it was astonishing, the number of events. So we already have a baseline of success out there, and now you're adding this new community building that has so much potential
Yes.
for what it could be.
Yes.
So I think that having this position in place would definitely help with that success. All right. ARPA interest fund ordinance.
So we had an ARPA meeting last week, and we talked about the interest from that fund. Now, we know that the ARPA money has all been allocated. It has to be spent by December 31st of 2026. All that money that's been allocated has to be spent by the end of 2026. But as those funds were allocated and the money was coming in, we have generated interest from that fund. So that interest has been growing, and we want to set up a separate account just for that interest that we can use for projects in the county. So at our ARPA meeting, that was discussed, like, how do we do that? Just setting up a standalone account.
Yeah, and there's just the interest, it said, was up to 450 roughly.
Yeah, and I think it's more than that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so at our meeting, it was 504, I think, 504,000 was the interest that we've earned total. Is that right, Christy?
There's roughly 415,000 still sitting like out in earning interest, and then we had roughly 90,000 already put into the ARPA fund of interest that will be moved. So yes, you're talking.
And of that amount, we have this month's
Right.
Yeah. So we're at 504, 505 in interest, so, and it's growing. So we want to
Yeah.
flesh that out, put it into an account that the ARPA committee, and I believe in your ordinance, the ARPA committee would recommend, and then it goes to the county council for final approval on those funds, where they get spent.
But it looked like those funds are still dictated by some of the same rules as the original ARPA money, is that right?
Only the allocated funds are dictated, those rules are dictated. On the interest, it is, we can use that interest for any
Whatever council
purpose.
decides, they can do.
That's correct, that's correct. So it's just the allocated funds that have those guidelines.
Okay.
That's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very good. I'll make a motion then that we approve the ordinance
2025.
2026-2.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed?
Did you make that motion?
I did, but that's all
That's
right.
actually the second time. That's why I keep laughing.
Sorry about that.
Hey,
I was only half listening.
I recognize.
It's a late
that
night for
Probably
everybody.
most of us were up very, very late last night, so I understand. All right, Don Lowe with the chamber.
Don?
Morning, everyone. I am here today on behalf of the chamber and just want to give kind of a state of the chamber update. I think it's important that our organizations are transparent in the health of our organization. So I wanted to talk a little bit about 2025 and what we saw with our organization. As a 501c3, we are a membership-based organization. So a lot of our income comes from those memberships as well as sponsorship opportunities. As a 501c6, we cannot write for grant money. So I just want to be clear with that and make sure that the public understands that. We are in our 120th year this year, so that is a really big hurdle. It's very telling of the leadership that has come before me, and I think that that's a testament to all of those people who have done their due diligence in keeping up the chamber. In 2024, and these are numbers based on our website, we get a lot of traffic to our website, and I think that's important for our members in our community to know that piece of what we do for them is working. So in 2024, our membership directory, which houses all of our members and the information about those organizations and businesses, saw 228,736 views. In 2025, that number was up to 329,908, so a significant increase. Our events page in 2024 saw 33,545 views. In 2025, we were at almost 72,000. Our jobs page, we're the only job board in Decatur County, and I'm going to talk about this a little bit further into the program. But in 2024, we saw a little over 3,200 views. In 2025, we're at 4,300. So again, significant increases to viewership across our website platform. Switching to social media, which is very, very important to us for visibility. In 2025, we had 2.5 million views on Facebook. Since 2024, we're up 1.2 thousand followers. We're up 34.2 thousand in content interactions, and we're up 49,000 visits. Again, our social media is extremely important to that, not only of our organization, our partnering organizations, but that of our membership as well. In 2025, we had 46 new members. We We had a 95% retention rate. Retention rate across the nation for chambers, you typically see 82 to 84%, so we're significantly above that national average. We held 20 ribbon cuttings, and I think this is really important, 14 of which were new businesses to Decatur County. We're not capturing all of that through membership, so there's obviously other businesses and organizations out there that are coming on that we're not gravitating to, or they're not gravitating to us. However, I think that that's really important that the community understands that we are healthy in attracting new business and continuing to increase that level or that platform. The chamber provided 66 platform opportunities, filled 59 vendor spaces, and saw over 1,300 in attendance at our events. All of this to say we are not just a relevant, but an essential organization, not only here in Greensburg, not only in our surrounding communities, and not only in Decatur County, but to our region as well. Our membership base continues to increase across the region, and I think that that's a testament to the work that we're doing in our office. So I mentioned jobs. In that job platform, we've seen an increase of a little over 1,000 views to that job platform. I want to announce that we have enacted a new piece. It's called Rolly Jobs. We're going to be pushing that out across our platform. That is a partnership with Economic Development Corporation. So what we have found and what we're looking at is we provide a platform for our members to post their job openings. However, they're not doing that. And they're not doing it because it's hard, because it takes time, and we're all very, very busy. So Economic Development and the Chamber worked together, and we looked at different ways to provide unique opportunities to find where those job openings are in Decatur County as we look at workforce development. And we found Rolly Jobs. It is an AI enhanced model that will go and scrape the websites of all of our chamber members. So we have seen the back end of that. Currently on our website, there are 2 job postings, which obviously is not very many. Rolly Jobs has gone out, scraped the websites of all of our chamber members. There are actually 145 job openings in this community. So there's a lot more potential out there. So we're excited to be able to unleash that here very soon. Watch both of our websites for more information on that. But again, just another tool that we can utilize to help assist our chamber members. And with that, I want to talk about upcoming events. We have Leaders and Loggers this afternoon at the TAP. We're actually going to be utilizing that platform to cut a red ribbon for Lilac Knot. That will be from 4 to 6 this afternoon. This will be our first ribbon cutting for a home-based business, which I think is really important that we are tapping into that business sector and recognizing those people that are, trying to make a living working from home or, assisting, what other income that they've got through, a home-based business. So that's pretty exciting. If you want to join us, again, that's 4 to 6 this afternoon. This Thursday, January 22nd, we have our first HR Power Hour of the year. We do those quarterly. We have the Indiana Department of Labor coming. Tickets are available on our website, and that program will be from 11:30 to 1. On Saturday, February the 7th, we're holding our Ag Day breakfast at the Red Barn at Next Generation from 7:30 to 9:30 a.m. We will be featuring Pat Karst of Halderman, Brian Owens of Land Pros, and Aaron Galt of Advanced Agrolytics. That theme is land, legacy, and the local market. And then on February the 20th from 11:30 to 1 is Decatur County's legislative update. We have Senator Lysing, Representatives Meltzer, Zimmerman, and Patterson will all be in attendance. We do not need you to purchase tickets for the legislative update. That is free and open to the public. However, if you can go ahead and register so we can get a good head count, we would like for you to do that as well. Any questions for me?
That's amazing.
Thank you.
Appreciate that insight.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
The AI portion there is a huge benefit to the members. That's massive.
Yeah. When we looked at what we were providing through that job board, we knew it wasn't enough. So I'm thankful to Brian for doing some of that research as well and that partnership with Economic Development to find yet another way that we can leverage that piece. So, yep.
That's fantastic. Very good.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Work
That's all you
on
do. Yes.
All right, moving on to topics. We have a topic there concerning a neglect case in New Point. Brenda? Understood.
Good morning.
Good morning.
To the commissioners, you received an electronic copy of the report regarding these animals, and we have had a couple of sets of eyes on these animals to update us, and from both reports, these animals are in rough condition. We're looking at about 60 head of cattle that have not been fed, and we are seeking your support in establishing some guidelines so that we can do a seizure and get these animals taken care of.
When was the last time anybody went out and looked at them?
Last week. I believe Tuesday. Had one set of eyes on Tuesday and then one earlier in the month.
And just for the public, updated, Brenda, this is not a single-time occurrence. This has been going
No,
on
this
for
has
how
been
long?
going on since 2024. Board of Animal Health has had representation here in the county, screening these animals and taking a look at things a couple of different times and in follow-ups. Prior director and the vet from BOAH did talk with the owner and advised that these cattle needed to be fed. There was some vet services that needed to be performed, and those things needed to take place immediately, and they have not happened. Our reports indicate that there is no evidence of any round bales of hay having been in the pasture with these cattle, so they are indeed in bad shape. So, we're seeking
A couple of years this has been going on.
about a year and a half. Yeah.
And one of the vet medical issues is visually apparent.
Yes.
It
Yes.
was one of the instructions from,
Absolutely. It was very specific that vetting needed to occur immediately, and
in this very one specific visually apparent issue was never fixed, never rectified.
no, it has not been rectified.
And from what I saw on the prior occasion and then what I've seen on this one, the cattle are in much worse condition than they were the first go around.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the herd is probably doubled. Bill, you think?
Yeah.
I
The
think
herd is doubled?
Yeah. Yeah, and we have no idea what was lost in that 18 months, to disease or malnutrition.
Okay,
There was bones in the pasture too, correct?
Pardon me?
There was bones in the pasture.
In the past, yes, and the owner did get those carcasses buried and taken care of. We were aware that did take place, but we don't have any idea what may be on the ground now in that pasture.
And so you've had an opportunity to look into avenues that if we do move forward with this,
Yes, we have a solid quote of a farmer in the community that is willing to house these animals for the time period that we need and take care of their feeding for $3.50 a day. Per head, yes. And that's going to be around, with the increase to 60 to 65 head, we're probably looking at $5,500 a month. And that doesn't include any vet expenses. That's just basically room and board for these cattle for a minimum of 10 days.
and how about the trucking for the transportation to get the animals there?
I have spoken with a local individual who is willing to help us with that. He did not give me a price for that. So that's going to be an additional expense, yes.
As far as the boarding of the animals, you'd gotten, did you say 3 separate quotes from different individuals?
I have a solid quote from one and interest from 2 others. I have requested a figure for that feeding per head per day and have not received it. So we'll be checking into that further today.
I mean, just give me a brief general description of what was seen with these animals. I know that some
Sierra.
of us have seen them. Just
Yeah.
give the public just a brief description of what it is that we're looking at.
One in particular that comes to mind immediately is a bull that has a horn that is growing. It's curved in, resting against the left eye. And that was this instance that the owner was instructed to take care of immediately, and it was not. Other photographs indicate that we've got lots of bony cows out there. You know, hip bones, spine, very prominent. And again, these cattle are in a pasture that, I mean, all they have is grass, and there's not a lot of it. They've been in this same area evidently now for the entire time period. So we do have a concern, you know, how many of these cattle are going to actually make it through this cold snap.
What is our, do we have a mechanism to recoup that money from this individual?
My understanding, we did receive a guideline packet, thankfully, from Board of Animal Health, laying out that the owner would be given 10 days to post a bond for the care of these animals. If he does not post that bond within 10 days, the animals become the property of the county, and at that point in time, we would be able to dispose of them.
Okay. Because I wondered if he's uncooperative or he just refuses to communicate at all. Has there been communication with him?
There has been no communication with him.
Okay, he refuses to communicate?
Well, I haven't personally attempted to speak with him, but I do know from our past reports that the prior director and the vet from BOAH did speak with him. There have been several attempts at contacting him by mail. I have not found the copies of those letters, but what I'm going by is the BOAH report. So,
I'm thinking out loud here.
okay.
Is he oblivious to this, or
Oh,
have we made contact with him and said, listen, if this, that's, I guess,
Yeah. The prior director, they indicated to him that this needed to be handled or these animals were going to be seized. And
that was a year and a half ago.
it was a year and a half ago, and we have not made an attempt to speak with him. And I will say, being in place for just over 30 days, this one came in at me from left field.
I understand that.
So I and the animal control officer, we're feeling our way, and we have received complaints from neighbors that these animals are not being taken care of. This is what brought it back to light.
And I'm not giving this guy an out at all. That's
No.
not what I'm saying. But if he hasn't been contacted in a year and a half, he maybe thinks everything's fine. You know, visually, you know, you can see that it's not fine.
Yeah.
But he needs to be contacted and either a face-to-face or something to let him know that here, this is what's happening.
Mindy was in contact with him about 6 months ago,
Okay.
and he is just, he doesn't see a problem with any of them.
Okay.
So she did give him a rundown again of what needs to happen, and
All right.
it just didn't go anywhere.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He sees no problem with his cows, unfortunately.
Okay.
Or the
Yeah.
cats on the property either.
All right.
Part
I'm
of
just
part of the
trying to feel this through.
part of the 2024 was not just medical, but it was also not feeding them.
Right.
There was hay on site. None was put in the lot, so we had a little bit of a different situation. Here we have no feed and no hay.
Right.
At least in 24, there was food that was available. Now there's none. And it from the appearance of the animals, it looks like it's been that way for quite some time.
There is a scale for cattle, and I would say like 95% of these cows are at like a 1, if not a 0. The scale's between a 1 and a 9.
So we send him a certified letter stating that you have 10 days to, is that the next
We would have to
step?
get a warrant to seize the cattle. We would seize the cattle and then give him, we would get a 30-day quote, and he would have 10 days to pay that whole 30 days.
Okay,
Otherwise, after the 10 days, they'd become the county property.
county property.
Yep.
I mean, it sounds like, but I didn't know the communication. Where are we at in the communication with him to, that he knows? Evidently, he doesn't think anything's wrong, but he still needs to be communicated with that this is what's gonna happen.
Right.
And I don't know if that's through the sheriff's department or if we don't wanna go on his property, of course. I don't know.
Right. I mean, the way that the Board of Animal Health talked about these type of impoundments, you do not make contact prior to the warrant because you don't want them to then, let's say if I made contact right now and he goes and throws a bale of hay out there, then we don't have like ground to stand on.
I see, okay.
So that's how they made it seem, was to not make contact with him until we have the warrant and we are ready to seize him.
Okay.
That's how they acted as if they do it in the booklet that they gave me.
We're estimating 60 to 65 head. Approximately 35 of those would be calves.
Bill, from your vantage point, how long do you think these animals have been in this condition where the feed has been?
I don't even know if they got water.
Supposedly there is a creek running through
There is. There's a
the
creek, but
property,
it could be
but whether or
frozen
not
over,
it
so-
could be frozen over, so yeah, that would be an additional issue.
The official BOH report is several of the cattle were scored at 1. Majority of the cattle fell in the 2 range, but that was still no detectable fat. Very, again, out of 9 or 10.
Yeah.
And that is the Virginia Pruitt body scoring.
Yes.
Just for record.
The guy's got, there's like 100 and some acres there. He works, he's got a full-time job. There's no reason why they're not being fed, but he just needs help.
So, the ask here this morning is to move forward.
Yes, I believe so.
Obviously, nothing's gonna get done if we don't do something now, so we need to move forward with this.
I agree. I'll make the motion to move forward.
To seize the cattle, right?
Yes, so we would need to contact county attorney and have him proceed with that then.
I'll second that motion.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, up next under topics, we have an employee discussion. We previously had on January 5th an executive session to discuss an employee issue. Based on the discussion and the information that we got in that, I think we have 3 separate options. First, do nothing. Second, we can ask the employee to stay in-house, going to a different position, or 3, we can move them, or we can terminate their employment with the county. My general feeling is that we ask the employee to move to a different position in-house.
I'm in favor of option B, yes.
I know we talked about that, we discussed it, and I had a conversation with the individual and he would be willing to do that. So I would say with option B, I would be in favor of that as well.
All right, I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Anything else before I go around the room?
I do not.
All right, Chris, anything? All right,
If somebody does have something, please step up to the mic, though.
Ken? Good. Wow, that might be the first time in your tenure. It's amazing. Don, nothing else? All right. Janet, Tricia? Anything from?
Just in full swing with candidate filing, so last day to file for the primary would be February 6th at noon.
All right.
And your voting area is ready to go. We, yeah, the CIT has moved out, so I don't know what preparations you guys need to do, but,
We'll get 'em.
okay,
I was
so,
talking to Gary yesterday, so he had told me that it was all filled out, so I
Yep.
appreciate that.
you're good to go.
All right, thank you. Sheriff?
Nothing for me.
All right, thank you very much. Doug, nothing else? All right. Diane?
That we're having our certificate sale, kind of end of March. It's March 26th or 7th. It's being advertised in the paper a few times as we would a regular tax sale. It's properties that haven't sold during a regular tax sale and trying to get a minimum bid out there where we can get these parcels back on the tax roll.
I had some interest in that. Some people contacted me about when's that gonna happen. So it's advertised now?
I don't have the schedule in front of me. It's coming up soon, though.
I told them to watch the paper or watch the, that's what it's advertised in, right? Okay. Okay, all right,
Yep.
okay.
Can you just get us that date and we'll advertise it here as well? Awesome. Leanne, anything at communications?
Just real quick.
Update on our radio infrastructure that we were updating at the Greensburg site. Josh got the license on that, so he's going to be moving forward on it and hopefully to finalization on that. I also gave an update at our last 911 meeting that we are at 100% staff off of our 2025 roster. We still have our two to add that was granted to us for the 2026 budget. We currently have 3 trainees in training, so I don't want to proceed until they're released. So we're looking at hiring those in the next couple of months, but we're 17 full staffed, so that's exciting for us. We're also moving forward with our 911 upgrade. We had our first meeting this past week. And then we've got Staff Light that's coming in this Thursday to update us so that we can be able to dispatch, the dispatchers can dispatch those emergency helicopters direct. So we're going to add that to the consoles as well. Other than that, that's it.
Very good.
That's good.
Yep.
There's a lot going on. Thank you, Leanne. Mike, EMA? Did I see, I know, yeah, Sean's not here. Do we have a warming center that's going to be open this evening?
Can we please go to the mic, though? Do you mind to go to the mic, please? Sorry. This one is just important.
They did have a warming center that was open. I thought that was just through maybe this morning. Don't quote me on that. I have followed. I did publish out what the schedule was to Indiana 211, so that information would be out there for anyone that would need it. In discussions with Sean, also looking at the weekend, the only thing we do know with any certainty is it's going to be really cold. So we are keeping Sean up to date on what that's looking like and what we may need to do to adjust to that as that develops. So.
Yeah, below zero.
Yeah. So keeping an eye on it.
All right. Thank you. Ryan, anything from EDC?
Two quick things. Since the last commissioners meeting, we presented the arts plan for the region to the Lilly folks as well as the IEDC. Went well, kind of outlined the principles of the overall plan. And again, this is for the entire region, not just Decatur County, as well as some possible projects and benchmarks. And we're going to start implementing that in the coming months. Also, we hosted Josh Richardson, the new president of the IDC here locally. Appreciate all those who came out and had a conversation. A great way to advocate for not only regional success that we've had, but also local, what matters to us. It was a great opportunity to talk to him. And on that note, I'd make you guys aware of they are in session now up there. A couple bills to keep an eye on. One particularly, HB 1001, really affects local control of building codes and such. So it might be one to keep an eye on and stay involved on that. So appreciate it.
That meeting with the president from the IEDC, I think, was very good. So now in the last year, we've met with Governor Braun, the Secretary of Commerce, and now the president of the IEDC, talking about the challenges that Decatur County faces on a financial level, being that we're a smaller community, and how state policy can affect what's going on here. So it's been very good to have those open lines of communication with them. Anything from the auditor's office?
I will say that Jean Leasing put out a memo regarding the over 65 deduction, how it turned from a deduction to a credit. She did this on December 31st, was the first time we saw that it was put out. I would say our office in 2 weeks put on roughly 140 deductions. 140 credits now that they are for over 65. So we were happy to get that many more people helped. I would say we turned away probably, 50 over those 2 weeks, plus phone calls all day long. So we knew something was going on after Monday, and we had so much traffic, and then we found her memo. So, it was exciting to see the reach that she had by putting that memo out there, that many people. January 15th was the deadline to get it put on for 2026, but just know that people can still come in and file for their taxes, with their current taxes, and it'll go on for 2027.
Very good. All right. If there is nothing else, oh, yes.
Yeah, to tell the dates. It'll be posted in the newspaper January 27th, that's the first posting. The second one will be February 3rd, and then February 10th is the third, and then the date, I was being correct on that, the date of the sale is Wednesday, March 25th.
March 25th, okay.
All right.
10
So
o'clock here.
tax sale, March 25th at 10 a.m. here in the courthouse. Very good.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Diane.
Thanks for getting that.
24 properties.
All right. Very good. If there's nothing else, then I would entertain a motion to recess.
Make that motion.
We are recessed.
Thank you.